What is happening, Cryptosomniacs? Jason here this morning. Going to go over a few things. We had an update on Bitmain's recent change up, and going to take a look at why Bitcoin is falling today. All right here on Cryptosomniac. Stay tuned. All right, what is happening, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. This is Jason. I am mobile on the road. Today is November 14th, and you will see me coming from the road shortly. I updated the thumbnail. I forgot to update the thumbnail. My bad, guys. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to let you down. On the road, so I'll get that thumbnail updated. But anyway, glad you are here hanging out with me. What's happening? All right, Ryan, thanks for joining. Anyways, guys, hope you're doing great. How's my sound? Does the sound good? Sound good? I know the video little dicey. I'm using my laptop webcam, but hopefully the sound is good. And yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into it. A couple of things I saw in the news. Yeah, where are we at today? So currently 2,095 cryptocurrencies on the market. Dismal market cap of 200 billion. Decent 24-hour volume by recent times at 14 billion. Bitcoin dominance remains high at 53.5%. Pretty heavy. Yeah, actually, I'm not using the laptop mic. I'm actually at my brother's house right now, and he's loaned me this cool little mic. So I hope the audio sounds better than always. Anyway. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Yeah, let's see. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. So let's go ahead and look at some of the news. Saw some cool things in the news. First of all, wanted to make an update. Sneh had mentioned last night there was a piece in the news that Jihan Wu was out at Bitmain, and looks like the board at Bitmain is actually refuting that, saying Jihan Wu is not out. Jihan Wu, remember, is the guy who has headed up the division that has been making Bitmain's ASIC miners, and so if he were to be out, that could have drastically affected the direction that the company was heading. So anyway, Bitmain did confirm that there has been a large number of board members departing the company. However, Jihan Wu was not one of them. So we will see what that has to do. Remember, Bitmain heavily invested in BCH, and lots of talk in the news lately about Bitcoin Cash with the contentious hard fork between Bitcoin Cash ABC mining and SV mining. Prices on those have started to level out on the futures on the various exchanges that are trading them before the fork launches. So pretty interesting stuff. Definitely something to keep an eye on. And let's just go ahead and look at Bitcoin Cash while we're at it today, huh, guys? See what it's doing. It's pulled back pretty hard. Yeah, look at that. It's pulled back real hard from its recent run up. So I'm looking at it on the weekly. Obviously, over the 3 weeks, we've seen it pump and retrace almost 100%. So let's take a look at that on some smaller time frames. Yeah, look at that. So if you rode this train in advance of the pump when everybody started talking about the hard fork, that was up to a 51% run up. I was able to take advantage of about 20% of that thanks to my Crypto Hopper bot. But anyway, so it looks like this has fully retraced back to where my initial entries for the target were. You can see where these entries were. So I had those. Let me blow these up and see exactly what those markers were at. I had them right above that fib, 470, 475. It has clearly retraced 100% from that and is now trading below that. So those would have been, obviously those would have been my stops before, and I sold out of that trade clear at the top. So anyway, not looking to enter BCH, and I suspect that actually that price should still fall in advance of the hard fork. Hard fork occurs officially tomorrow. So this is a typical thing of buy the rumor, sell the news, in my opinion, guys. Although, what does this look like to you guys? This is starting to look a little bit. I guess that's not really. There's not really enough movement here for that to look like a falling wedge, but it is starting to look a little falling wedgy, a little bit more like a channel. So I would suspect actually you might see this ping off here a little bit more on its way down, and I fully expect it to retrace all the way back to these previous levels before this run up. So anyway, myself not getting into any more BCH trades. Again, I'm not a long-term supporter of that, but don't have a problem taking a trade when you see the opportunity. So let's see. So which coin? I have no horse in the BCH race. I have no horse in the Bitcoin Cash race. I don't support either side. I don't think Craig Wright is Satoshi, and I've never been a supporter of the Roger Ver side. So, you know, again, I don't see any problem with making money where there is money to be made, but Bitcoin Cash is not one that I have ever been a believer or long-term investor in. So I have no horse in that race. However, while we're on the subject, the rivalry is heating up, looking like actually Craig Wright's version is going to end up having the majority of the hashing power. Bitcoin SV, Satoshi's vision, is looking like it's at about 66% of the hashing power. So according to the reports I have read recently, it is the one that is taking precedence. We will see what happens, but sounds like they are the ones. The Craig Wright fork is the one gaining more support from the miners as of this juncture. I will definitely keep you guys appraised of that situation. Let's see, we can go ahead and close those two. Looks like I had two more, two tabs open for the same thing. So in other cool news, looks like Kik, you guys know Kik, right? Kin, the messenger Kin, very popular in Asia. I'm sorry, Kik is the messenger, Kin is the token. So Kik looks like it has finally decided to select operating on the Stellar platform over Ethereum for their token launch. Remember, these guys initially set out last year, had a pretty large raise, just shy of 100 million back in September during their ICO. Kin could be a big token. I don't know. I mean, assuming that they are able to bring over all of the existing users, the Kik Messenger app has a massive, massive user base. So assuming that they are able to convince those users to be able to jump into the crypto economy, could have a massive onboarding and hopefully drive some mainstream adoption. So pretty interesting stuff there. Thought it was interesting to hear that they decided to go with Stellar over Ethereum, and I think that is primarily due to lower transaction fees, extremely low transaction fees, and higher transaction throughput on the Stellar network currently. And in other just last minute news, in an attempt to avoid the drama that happened with the last time they listed a Bitcoin Cash fork, Coinbase will be shutting down their Bitcoin Cash trading ahead of the hard fork to try to prevent more of those shenanigans. I am still unsure whether they said they are going to support both forks. I think that they are also going to support whichever one has more hashing power. So will be interesting to see what happens with that. Obviously, when Bitcoin Cash got listed, we saw a massive run up in the price ahead of the trading going live. Lots of rumors of insider trading happened at that time, which Coinbase was eventually cleared of, but definitely something that we will also be keeping an eye on in this community. So let's see, what else? What am I missing? Which coin? What's up, Amit? What's happening? Blood in the streets today. That's right. It is a bloody, bloody day today, guys. So, you know, ultimately, I'm just going to get into the technicals of why is Bitcoin falling. I know that's what you guys wanted to hear, and that is the main title of the video today. So, guys, I am planning on keeping this one pretty short today. Not a ton of stuff going on other than this bloody red in the street. So, let's see. What are you guys saying here? Ending fifth wave diagonal, says Jake Dude, about to reach the longest logarithmic resistance, says Eduardo Davila. Manipulation is optimum, says Keith Tompkins. Yeah, it's exactly. Hey Faraz, what's happening, man? Thanks for joining on the stream. Amit, I will take a look at GBT for you momentarily. Stand by. I know it's super cheap. It's pulled back pretty heavily. Yeah, pulled back pretty heavily from its recent run up in advance of the platform going live. Platform is live today. Yeah, I'm sure everybody's, I mean, the whole market is bloody red today, guys. I mean, look at this. Yeah, let's here. In fact, let's just go on over to this. The whole market, bloody red. Look at all this. Oh my God, so much red everywhere. So much. Oh, look at that chain link. Whatever, up 4%. Oh, and a stable coin is up 0.1%. So True USD up 0.12%. So when the stable coins are the only thing in the green, you know it's a bloody red day. But they say that, guys, on these bloody red days, these are the days that you want to consider picking up on your long-term holds, right? So lots of blood in the streets today, guys. And Ryan Jack says, do we still see 5,800 Bitcoin incoming? So let's go ahead and take a look at that, guys. Let's get into Bitcoin right now. Yeah, because ultimately, guys, this is really all I'm going to look at today. Just looking at Bitcoin, it continues to fall, continues to plummet. And I mean, it's quite simply just look at this, guys. I saw this falling wedge, or this rising wedge, the last day I streamed, which was what, Friday, I think. So saw this rising wedge. We saw this actually fall out during my stream while someone was giving me a hard time for using rays instead of just short lines. What's the difference? All I'm trying to do is show the shape. Anyway, yeah, I'm aware of that. The RSI, we've got the developers looking at that. We are aware that there's an issue on the Cryptosomniac site RSI. So, anyways, what's happening, Elizabeth? Welcome. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. BTC crashing to 4,800, which is next major support, says CNVR. I don't think it's going to crash quite that far, but I do suspect that we will get down. I think we're going to see that 5,800 range, guys, because look at this. We are right at the 6,000 mark right now, which has been the historic support, super heavy all year. Yeah, super heavy all year. This has been the support. Look at this, guys, all the way back. Whoops. Oh, dear. What am I? Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, just going back. Look at this. I'm on the daily. Scroll out a little bit. But yeah, just 6,000 has been pretty well defended as the bottom by the bulls. Look at this, guys. 6,000, 6,000, 6,000, 6,000, 6,000. But we keep getting lower highs every time, just continuing to beat that price back down. So I think we are very near the capitulation point, finally. I think we are very near the capitulation point, and we will probably see that break down into that 5,800 range. I mean, look at that. It's pretty much free fall from there. There's no support from 6,000 to 5,800. There's just not a ton of support. Look at this. I mean, we can go all the way back to last year, and there just isn't a lot of support at this range. So I think the next place we see down there, I think it'll bounce down to the 5,800 range, and we will probably see it bounce between 54 and 58. I think that's going to be our next range that we're looking for. So not super excited about the prospects for which way Bitcoin is heading, but that is my feeling on it, is that we will see it go down between that 54, 5,800 range sometime within this week. I could be wrong, but that is what I think. And you know, I would like to see what these next few candles start to tell me, right? Because we look at it, that's on the daily. Let me zoom this back up a little bit here. So look at that on the 4-hour, guys. It's just looking nasty. We see sell pressure increasing on the squeeze momentum. We see on the histogram it just falling, just falling. And again, no real support in sight. So I suspect we'll see it bounce around this 6,000 level as some bots kick in. You know, some people's orders are filling right here, and I suspect we will go down. I think, you know, lowest we're going to go down is like 45 to 4,800, but you know, I suspect we'll see it bounce around in this range probably sometime before the end of the week. So I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I'm really hoping for a moonshot at some point before the end of the year, but I'm not holding my breath. Okay, so I had a request for GBT and a request for ETH. I'm going to take a look at ETH here because it is already right here, and I got to go look for GBT. Boy, that's not looking good either. All right, so I mean, just flat out, my next target for ETH would just be here at this previous line. So somewhere between like 176 and 180, I would say would be probably my next place to look to buy ETH, and then I'd be looking to here. Let's see what kind of RR we're looking at here. 6%. Yeah. Okay. So. And I just need to get a little rough idea here. Again, guys, sorry being super sloppy on this. Just using this as a gauge. There we go. All right. Get rid of that auto scale. So yeah, I would say somewhere, you know, somewhere around here, around that 177 to 180, and then kind of I'd be looking to get out of that trade as it bounce off this downtrend line here. So if you get in, I'd be, you know, depending on at what point the order fills between 177 and 180, I'd be looking to get out of it between 184 186. So not a huge amount of gain possible there, 3-4%. So with only a 3-4%, I would set a really tight stop loss on that. You know, you've got this is the next. This is the bottom of the support, so you know, it's free fall under there. That's a 6% loss. I don't know. I'd probably set my stop right under it. So if I was getting in at 176, I'd probably, you know, 174 to 176, I'd probably set my stop loss at about 172. Again, don't set it at the whole numbers, guys. Get in there, and you know, I'm not trying to tell you where to buy. I'm trying to teach you why I would look around that range. So you want to look in there and see, you know, what do the candles tell you? What do the candles tell you as it gets down in that range? And you know, what does support and resistance look like back here? And the short answer is there's not much of it. So I wouldn't let the stop. I would have a hard stop at like 170ish because it's just basically free fall into that. All right. I would say, let's see. Okay, GBT. Yeah, obviously, guys, buy the rumor, sell the news. Pretty much everything. It's well known that everything dumps as soon as it gets listed, right? So I suspect things will go ahead and continue to run up. Like Stellar and probably Cardano are going to have a decent chance of running up or at least holding value as the rumor persists. As soon as one of them officially gets listed, we'll see nosedive off. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at GBT, then we'll look at Stellar, and then that's going to be it for me, guys. And again, honestly, I would say as Bitcoin continues to throw a temper tantrum, you know, wait until it stops freaking out to look at these entries for your alts, because as goes Bitcoin, so goes the alts, right? We all know this. We harp on this channel all the time. So I would be very careful. Yeah, Bitcoin tanking super hard, 59. So yeah, like I said, we'll see that 54 to 5800 range, I think, before the weekend. Just my prediction. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong, but could be right. Okay, GVT, and then I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you for watching these morning shows. Are you guys actually enjoying these morning shows? Also, are they early enough for you to actually watch? I'm trying to make it so that enough people can watch. I know I'm missing the morning people on the East Coast, but hopefully they're early enough for you to actually watch before you go to work, and that you're not ditching out on your office jobs to watch us. Am I selling my ETH? No, I am not selling my ETH. Not selling my ETH at all. But you know, might consider putting a stop loss on and reacquiring at lower. So, all right, cool. So this is a good time for some of you guys. Awesome. Right on. Good. Well, this is where I'm at. I'm going to try to do more of these. Snake's been doing later time ones. So, yeah, glad you guys are liking these, and look forward to more of them. All right, hold on. Let's get into GVT, and then I got to get out of here, guys. I've still got more things coming on the back end today. Where the heck did GBT go? Go chain, GBT, there we go. All right. So I still have some old entries in here for GBT, and those would have been way outdated at this point. So here's what I would say about GBT. Do you believe in this for your long-term stack? Then it is not a bad price to acquire at right now, right? It's not at all-time lows. It's sitting at about, actually, look at this. So we've got a decent amount of support at this. There's still quite a bit of room down to go, but look how much, I mean, basically, here's where the it's at what, 7.25 USD right now, roughly. We've got a decent amount of support at this history. Let's go back a little bit further, and also use higher time frames. That'll help too. Whoops, a little too much for the weekly. Let's go daily. Yeah, good timing. What's good timing? I feel like I always go on and I'm like the one that's like, woohoo, we're going down. I I never get to go out on the bullish days. All right, let's see. Yeah, but look, I mean, look at this. So this is really my point here, guys. Is right now we're at about $7.19, and look at, I mean, we've got anywhere between about $5 and $7. So obviously, you know, that's a huge amount of percentage gains, realistically. Yeah, that's like a 30% difference. But my point is, there's consistently a decent amount of support and resistance in this range. Here, clear back at, you know, obviously during the bull market, and then coming forward into the, you know, recent months here, we've seen a pretty good amount of support at the current level. You know, what was that, like 2 months worth almost? Yeah. And then another roughly month as it was starting to run up. So we'll see. Again, I think probably what I would look out for GBT specifically is getting the regulation to be able to operate in the United States. I suspect that would do wonders for their overall outlook and price, and that's what I would say. So again, guys, it's very difficult for me to target any kind of entries as the entire thing is dipping. It's the, what do I say, guys? No FOMO on a pump. Don't catch a falling knife on when the whole market's falling off a cliff like this. I'm not trying to catch a falling knife. I'm trying to wait for it to go bounce. I'm trying to catch it right down here, right? I'm trying to catch it right down here. ETH's already at 178. Yeah. So with Bitcoin falling off the cliff like that, you know, then I would say, well, hold off. You know, don't. It's difficult to enter any trades as Bitcoin is dipping so hard. I mean, what have we seen just since I started streaming? Where's my ruler? Just since I started streaming, we've seen it already blaze through my 2 supports. Yeah, so I mean, it's already, yeah, it is already as low as I thought it would be, and you know, so I mean, it's only 6%, not a huge drop off, but you know, it's pretty significant for Bitcoin, and I think everything else is going to happen. So yeah, I don't think you're wrong, CNVR 4800. We'll see. I don't think that's here. Hold on, this chart's a mess. Let's look at it on this chart. Both Bitcoin, just different exchanges. Yeah, let's look and see about this next major support at 4800, because I'm looking on weekly time frames and there isn't shit for support at 4800. I guess roughly. I guess that's about as close as it gets to a next major support. You know, I don't think it's going to fall that far, just because I don't think the miners are going to let that happen. Yeah, I don't think the miners would let that happen. Yeah, 6% BTC is like a 60% alt drop. Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, guys, like I said, don't enter trades when Bitcoin's falling off a cliff. Don't enter alt trades. That's very, very dangerous. It's a good way to get wrecked. But yeah, I mean, look at that. He's not wrong. There is not much support at all. I mean, I would say, yeah, this is why I say 54, 55. This is our next major support. I'd say there's more support at 54 than there is at 48. You know, as a matter of fact, I would say if we fall below 55, I would say our next major area of support is not 48. I'd say it's more like 43, frankly. So, yeah, that's that's what I would say. And with that, guys, I don't know. That's about all I got. What's happening, Banger Committee? What's happening? What's happening? JF Airplane. Good to see you guys. That's about all I got today, guys. Yeah. There's. Other than that, everything's going to hell in a handbasket, and yeah, exactly. I smell capitulation, guys. I smell capitulation. So the great news about capitulation is that's when we see all that huge influx of that institutional money, if the rumors are true. So let's hope so. And then one more thing, guys, wanted to say, in case you didn't see this, Google not giving away ETH. Target not giving away ETH, but both of them got hacked and were involved in the most recent crypto scam. So be careful, guys. Be careful if you are following crypto Twitter and having anybody say that if major corporations are getting involved in the cryptocurrency game, do some extra due diligence on that because are you sure? And yeah, exactly, Amit. We need this drop. Yeah, sideways movement is boring, right? I want to see capitulation. I want to see capitulation because I'm ready for this next bull market to start. And I think capitulation is going to be a key factor. We need to see the bulls stop fighting for an undefendable position. And unfortunately, it's looking like 6 is getting more and more difficult to defend. So we'll see what happens, guys. Again, we'll keep you appraised of it. Snay will be on tonight with an update for you. That's it for me, guys. Hope everything has been good. Oh, while we're on the subject, guys, feel free to, if you do want to get a, you know that you can make money in a down market. If you haven't done it yet, why aren't you checking out the Cryptosomniac Advantage? We have had a couple of calls. We made 20% on, well, a number of different calls. Why don't we just go over and take a quick peek at our gains reviews? Cryptosomniac Advantage. We are doing long-term, short-term, medium trades. We have our trade calls in here on a pretty regular basis. Let's just go ahead and look at some of our recent wins, shall we? Where is gains reviews? There we go. So had a nice 5%. A user got a nice 5% on a Cork chain, 12.5% on a Go chain trade. So, you know, guys, I try to make the best calls I can see on here. We don't give signals. We are not a signal group. We are not a pump group. We tell you when we see a trade opportunity opening, you guys can take advantage of it or not, entirely at your call. We don't tell people when to buy. We just try to say, hey, we see a nice setup. So occasionally here and there, you know, look at this. We got a 20% on a polymath trade back on October 10th. All the way through recent, you know, we are in there pretty regularly. You like having the live stream in your pocket. You want us to do user requested TA on your very favorite tokens. We do that on a pretty regular basis. There's an entire margin trading account in case you want to take advantage of some of these sweet shorting opportunities. So come on in, join the Cryptosomniac Advantage for free. You can do it for free, guys. And how do you do it? Well, it's very simple. Up here above me, if you are already a Discord person, whoops, over here. There we go. There we go. I'm going to be the worst weatherman ever. Up there, up at the top there. If you're already in Discord, you can join our Discord server just like that. So come on in and join. Also, down below in the description, there is a place where you can join and take a 14-day trial. See if you want to join it, sharpen up your trading skills, and stay as informed as we try to be. With that, guys, this is it for me. We would love to have you in the Cryptosomniac Advantage. Please come through and check it out. Otherwise, that's about it. 57.50. Yep. Here we go, guys. Capitulation. Smell that capitulation. I'm going to need another coffee for this. All right, guys. Well, what do we say? In a market that falls off a cliff, keep your stop losses tight. I am Jason with Cryptosomniac. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time.